California Governor Gavin Newsom just delivered one of the most powerful political moments of the year. This was a complete dismantling of Donald Trump and everything his crumbling movement stands for. Before the press conference, Newsom appeared alongside former President Barack Obama, two leaders showing what real moral authority looks like. But it was this press conference that sent shockwaves through Washington. This wasn't just politics. It was leadership and truth on full display.
Donald Trump's a broken man. He's trying to break this country. Everybody knows that. But to see people in positions of power and influence do absolutely nothing when they must know better, and I believe they do nothing, boy, they're going to have a lot to reconcile at the pearly gate.
And that's exactly it. Newsom isn't just calling out Trump. He's exposing the culture of cowardice that surrounds him. These Republican officials and billionaire enablers, they know Trump is unfit, they know he's unstable, and yet they stay silent. That silence is complicity. Then Newsom makes a powerful point about symbolism connecting Trump's literal demolition of the East Wing of the White House with the destruction he's inflicting on our democracy.
The federal government is closed, and Donald Trump has literally destroyed the East Wing of our White House to put his ballroom up for $250 million. We are now days away from eliminating food to 5.5 million Californians around Thanksgiving, at a time when food prices have never been higher because of Donald Trump's policies. Have you had a cup of coffee? Have you bought a pound of beef? At the same time, he found $20 billion to send to a fill in the blank. Maybe he's a dictator. Some have referred to him as that. In Argentina, he's cutting food to people around Thanksgiving. You've seen the lines of people already around the food bank.
And that's the heart of it. While Trump blows taxpayer money on vanity projects, millions of Americans are struggling to afford groceries. Newsom lays it out clearly. Food insecurity is rising, housing is unaffordable, and Trump's trade wars have driven prices through the roof. Watch Governor Newsom explain how Trump's reckless tariffs and anti-worker policies are crushing the American middle class.
We're currently experiencing one of the largest tax increases in American history, with tariff rates that are higher than they've been since the 1930s. A state that is disproportionately impacted by these errant policies by the administration, the $100,000 H-1B visas. No other state more impacted than the state of California. The impacts in terms of the sand in the gear that the president is putting in our university system, the assaults on National Institute of Health, National Science Foundation, and other grants. This is code red from an economic perspective.
Then, in a stunning moment, Governor Newsom holds up a lawsuit ready to go. Should Trump attempt another authoritarian stunt by sending the military into San Francisco? The crowd erupts as Newsom makes this vow. Watch this clip.
We're going to be fierce in terms of our response. We're going to be focused, and quite literally, this is the lawsuit that I will file within a nanosecond of any efforts to send the military to one of America's great cities, San Francisco, that is enjoying 60% reduction in homicide, or rather homicide reduction that's the lowest it's been in 60 years. It's one of the safest large cities in this country that's experiencing economic rebirth and growth. Only Donald Trump can wreck that. And we will push back with clarity and conviction, and we'll continue to win in court.
Standing up for his people, refusing to be intimidated by the threats of an unhinged, failed president. And then Newsom calls out the hypocrisy and greed of the corporate elites and media figures who prop up Trump's regime. People who bend the knee to fascism for profit.
Thing is, you'll have Laura Ingraham on Fox News say, "Well done, sir." Why is Laura going to even be more supine? Well, because she's in business with Don Jr., with a guy who's in business with David Sachs on a new SPAC business, Chamath, who's a partner with David Sachs. David Sachs, who runs all the AI. Laura Ingraham now has a SPAC business. Imagine what your boss would say if you started to do business with me. That's allowed. And she gets to be their spokesperson on the Pravda network. Fox, primetime. This great grift, unprecedented in modern history. Billions and billions of dollars, the great grift. State capitalism, not just crony capitalism. Ask Intel, ask MP Materials, ask folks at U.S. Steel, Ask the folks at AMD. Ask the folks at NVIDIA. The hell is going on in this country? None of this is normal. You will be seeing on my Patriot site new knee pads that I'll be sending out, new signature series knee pads for all these CEOs, for the University of Virginia that I'll add to the list today, for bending their knee, for those law firms, the universities, media companies, as this guy's rolling back, rewriting history, putting us back to a pre-1960s world, censoring historic facts. Wake up, everybody. Wake up.
He's absolutely right. What Trump and his allies are building is not a political movement, it's a grift. It's state-sanctioned corruption propaganda dressed up as patriotism. And that's what makes this moment so powerful, because Newsom didn't just talk about resistance, he showed it. He mobilized the California National Guard not for violence, but for compassion, to feed people, to protect families, to fill the void left by Trump's cruel, chaotic government shutdown.
Had them down at the border. Hundreds of them have been at the border for years and years, well before Donald Trump came into office. That's how we use our National Guard. And they also were part of our food bank operation during COVID. And they were exceptional because they're logistics experts. That's what they do. And they worked with Cal Volunteers, and we have that established partnership. And I'm very worried about 5 million people in a matter of days losing food stamp, losing their SNAP benefits, and entering in a grocery store with Donald Trump's tariffs and inflation, and trying to reconcile that price of beef at a time when literally everything that should be up is down and everything that's down is up. And so we're going to make sure we protect their food insecurity, address their food insecurity, and make sure they're protected and feel safe in that process. And that's what I think we should use the National Guard for. Not this folly, not this nonsense, not this the vanity project to show strengths, not for a video, which is exactly what this Hexic guy and J.D. Vance were trying to do when they were shooting military rounds over a freeway, over civilians, and the first round exploded.
That's what real leadership looks like. While Donald Trump destroys, Gavin Newsom builds. While Trump blames, Newsom acts. This press conference wasn't just a political statement, it was a moral one. A reminder that in the face of authoritarianism, silence is surrender, and courage is contagious. If you're proud of what Governor Newsom is doing to defend democracy and decency, share this video. We need to keep amplifying leaders who stand for truth and progress, because the fight isn't over, but after today, it's clear Trump's chaos is collapsing, and the future still belongs to us.